Hey, how y'all doing? Nick the Smoker here, coming up with another cig review today. This one is going to be the Marlboro Black Label. Yeah, so Marlboro Black Label. I posted about this cigarette a while ago. From what I understand, it was available in the United States for some time in certain test markets, I believe, like California. They were supposed to come out in August here, but they were delayed. First wholesale shipment was delayed, apparently. So yeah, they're starting to actually trickle their way out now into wherever they were supposed to ship them to. I think Iowa and Illinois were the markets they were coming to. So yeah, we got them here in Illinois now. But taking a look at that pack, it's a very, very nice packaging. That black on that red right there is just it stands out a lot. I like the black packaging like that. Especially for a Marlboro, these blacks. This one's a little bit more edgier looking, if you will. So yeah, it's got the red Marlboro ribbon on the top. Kind of looks like an arrow pointing up. You have Marlboro Black Label written there. You have Black Label written on the top here. Another little Marlboro logo right there. And as you can see, it is the Marlboro ribbon. It is black, and it's underlined in like that red, that up arrow thing. But yeah, I absolutely love the pack on here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, very standoffish. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to give these a little bit of a pack. Now, Marlboro Black Label is a line, well, sorry, correction. Marlboro Black is a line of Marlboros here in the United States, which are priced a little bit lower than the premium Marlboros. And it seems like Marlboro is pretty much releasing, they've been releasing cigarettes for that line. Don't think they're trying to undercut the regular Marlboro Red or anything like that too much, but they do want to get a more competitively priced cigarette in the market that's still premium. Alright, cracking this pack open. Wow, that's like stuck. There we go. Ah, I see why. So Marlboro's been doing this to cigarettes in the United States. Now they have this new resealable pack. Something that people in Europe and different countries have had for a long time. We're just starting to kind of see it here for the first time in the United States more frequently. And Marlboro's kind of doing this. So it's just a layer of foil, kind of adhesive or whatever like that sticks to the sides of the pack when you close. It's supposed to keep it more fresh. So yeah, pretty cool right there. Yeah, let's pull out a cigarette here. Taking a look at the actual cigarette. Now, from the pictures I saw a while ago, they did change it. Standard cork style filter on the cigarette right there. You have a gold band underneath with a little white piece of paper coming off the top, the bottom of that filter there onto the actual cigarette paper. And then you have a black Marlboro ribbon logo right there, the cigarette. Filter is a little bit longer than usual. From what I can tell, this kind of looks like it is longer for a king size cigarette by a little bit. I think that this cigarette might be a medium in terms of intensity or something like that. Let's take a look at it. Perforations on the filter. Per my eyes right now, which are not always accurate, I cannot see any kind of perforations on this filter. The filter is about a medium density. Seems like it will reduce a little bit of the smoke. And the tobacco butt inside of that cigarette is on the darker side. Obviously, you're not going to pick it up this much in the lighting here. It is nighttime. But the tobacco is a darker tone. And smelling the cigarette, it does have this more of a... It's got that kind of a Marlboro Black aroma to it. It's kind of got this more bolder aroma, kind of smelling tobacco. And tasting-wise, we'll see how this one holds up. Yeah, a very slight hint of sweetness with some kind of casing, probably. But it's got this bold tobacco aroma coming off of it, and it's not overpowering or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to be that strong. But yeah, as you can see, I just did a little manual pack, got that down a little bit there. And without further ado, let's give the Marlboro Black Label a light. Taking a look at the body off the cigarette, it's not bad. I'm kind of testing the draw on the cigarette a little bit, but as you can see, there is a decent amount of smoke coming off of here. So kind of impressed with that. Like I was saying before, I saw someone post some pictures of this cigarette on the internet over a year ago, and I believe they were from California. So I've been very excited to try this cigarette out. It's finally here after many delays. But yeah, first impressions of cigarette. All right, first impressions. It's all right. Carrying over from that smell from the cigarette, I thought would be a kind of a bolder tasting tobacco. It kind of sticks on the flavor as well. As I'm smoking it, we're already getting towards halfway. It's burning very quickly, as you can see. It is a bold tasting tobacco, just like the Marlboro Black line is supposed to be. But from what I could tell, even with that darker tobacco tone inside the cigarette, I think I can tell that this cigarette might be consisting a little bit more of some kind of a burley tobacco, or something a little bit more on the bolder side, a little bit more rougher, if you will. This isn't a rough cigarette. There's no pins and needles, no nothing. It's actually fairly mild from what I can tell, but the flavor profile wise on this thing, it's a more bolder, kind of robust cigarette. It's got a drier flavor to it, if you will. I'm blowing it out my nostrils too. That carries back over as well. Blowing it out my nostrils, exhaling to my nostrils. So, to me, there really isn't, so far there's really nothing that special about the cigarette other than having a bolder flavor profile to it. And that's kind of what the Marlboro Black lines are known for. They're also a little bit cheaper compared to regular Marlboros here in the United States. But yeah, this cigarette's kind of more, I'm thinking, on the medium side. And there's something that I noticed, especially with Marlboro marketing on their packs, is that the rule of thumb for me, kind of what I picked up on, is that a Marlboro Red has the ribbon go all the way to the outside of the box of the pack, and then when they have a medium cigarette like this, or a light, it cuts off and there's a border around the actual packaging. So I think that's how Marlboro kind of markets the strength in a low-key kind of a fashion. But that's what I think personally. You know, you have the regular Marlboro Black, the Marlboro Black and the Marlboro Black Menthol. Those ribbons go all the way out to the outside of the pack because those are considered a full-flavor cigarette. And this thing, I believe, is a little bit weaker than a regular Marlboro Black. So I think that's what the marketing is behind the pack, if you will, or how they're advertising it. But yeah, cigarette's almost done. It's burning very, very quickly, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump some ratings on here. I guess I'll do the body. See, the cigarette does have a decent density of the smoke, a nice body to it, if you will. But flavor, taste, aroma. Like I said before multiple times, a much bolder tasting Marlboro cigarette. This is not, you know, your average kind of a Marlboro blend, a traditional Marlboro blend at all. This is a very, very different, distinct kind of a tobacco blend. These cigarettes for this line, personally, I'm not a fan of that blend of tobacco in the cigarette. I like to have a little bit more of kind of flavor characteristic rather than just this kind of a bolder, robust kind of a flavor. There's really not much standing off here other than that. You know, coming from a Marlboro Red smoking this thing, they're quite different in the blend and flavor-wise. But yeah. Still not a bad cigarette at all. For me personally, I wouldn't say it's kind of a letdown, but I was expecting a little bit better out of this cigarette. But you know, you can only ask for so much, you know. So yeah, when I smoke these again, I'll definitely finish the pack. it's not a bad cigarette at all. Just personally for me, I'm not a fan of the kind of flavor that this puts off. You know, I prefer more cigarettes that kind of have a sweeter flavor to it, a little bit lighter, you know, lighter tobaccos, Virginia tobaccos and stuff, and they're more aromatic leaves. This thing's just pretty plain Jane bold cigarette. But for the actual line for Marlboro Black and how it's supposed to be this bold kind of a line, with their marketing and their advertising, I think it suits it pretty well. But yeah, so yeah, I'll finish smoking the rest of the pack. But what would I rate the Marlboro Black Label? This cigarette, I'm gonna have to give a 7 out of 10. So, you know, I like Marlboros. I think Marlboros are pretty good, certain kinds and stuff like that. This one is not something that I would smoke regularly. This is something I tried because it's new and it just came out. But flavor-wise, I'm not a huge fan of that flavor. The good thing about this cigarette is that I really don't taste anything dirty or any kind of chemical taste or anything off of this cigarette, which is nice. But that flavor kind of it leaves me wanting more, if you will. So that's what I have to say about that. But yeah, 7 out of 10 Marlboro Black Label. But yeah, guys, there you have it. That's my review of Marlboro Black Label. And I thank you all so much again for watching, and God bless.